Rogue Trader returns. So here's the crew. From my build, the only person I'm missing is a replacement for Rolf here. It's gonna be a person named Jay. Jay, something. I don't know. I don't know. I looked at all the characters. He's a master tactician. Oh yeah, right. Yes, you don't actually have to pick up anything. That's great. This +5 willpower, and then it has infusing. Last target by navigator powers gain 5 bonus to all their characteristics until the end of navigator's turn. This bonus stacks and is prolonged until the navigator's next turn every time it stacks. Oh wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna collect it all. Yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. Take everything and leave. What a great system. Rogue Trader's campaigns frequently have something to say about unfolding events. Find members of Lord Captain's retinue on the Void Ship Bridge. There's Cassia. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breaths come short and choppy, your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source. Oh, I didn't inhibit her powers. Even without looking at Voxcaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak for the Rogue Trader. Leave us. Of course, when you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. Very powerful psyker. Cassia Unchained. What did you wish to speak about? Before I begin the ritual, I wish to look once again into the eyes of the woman whose fame is so great it managed to penetrate an impregnable walls of your 5 long before we ever met. It truly is you, Pandora, the person the whole Expanse and Calais sector are talking about, and now a Rogue Trader as well. She exhales. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped. But you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. But now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navi and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. I doubt the uninitiated can understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. She flips her hair. She's got an implant. After that, I use the House of Cilia ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth, and it will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orsilio never lose their course. Okay. Yes, I'll give you what you need. Just take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is open. True. She's very powerful. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Metallic clinking of implants, and then serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks silence. Initiating communion ritual. You hear the exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard. Then, the stifled gasp of Lady Navigator, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of a brush. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails and umber shadows spanning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above, foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit of her. No, of me its frozen rays lie, that spring is here. Delight is deadened, the great ruler is gone. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast. So he cuts off the broadcast. Lady Captain, I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Give him 5 lashes? Why? Don't talk to her. Just leave her undisturbed. Let her do her thing. Soul-shedding screams down the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctus are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats raw from strain. And then silence, still thought of dropping bodies, proclaims their fate. Here's the servants were part of Lady Navigator's rite. As it was for her predecessor, I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navi after the ritual, or what is left of them. I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send me if you need for me. Lord Captain, congratulations, acquired navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. The warp disruptions affecting Yorick 5 twisted the bodies and minds of its attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia. Thank the Emperor. The navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pull. I would also like to remind you that Governor Mayday is still wanting to talk to you in his command center. Sure. He's here. Lord Captain, there's some commotion on the officer's deck. Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wade room. Where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what brought Cassie to the deck. Okay. Sure. What's up, Cassia? What you doing?
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
Pleases me to see you aboard.
Compared to Urak 5, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color. Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing. Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course, although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works. One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you. Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility, but they are quite tolerable. Thank you for your concern.
Perception test. Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, and then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It is clear that she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting. Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
What? What just happened? You've nothing to apologize. Human emotions are natural. They're good and bad. It's natural to share with them. With others, quite right. Maybe what's on your mind? Yeah.
Yes, I understand. I offer you my apologies once more.
Okay. Here I am on some spot of the ship with books and stuff. I've never been here before. What's this way? This place is enormous. This is the ship. It's not even like a big ship. It's a frigate. Not a battleship or a dreadnought or anything. Just a frigate. There's lots of them. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Henrik's. can you do as a
The
psyker?
Lord Inquisitor was most insistent that I master the discipline of Santic Demonology. I use my faith and my power to crush the enemies of the Imperium. Servants of Chaos tremble at the sound of the Emperor's name, uttered by my lips. I am also a skilled Pyromancer. I can manipulate bodily processes. Sometimes I resort to those skills in the course of my work, when it is necessary to make the subject of an interrogation more cooperative. Since the day of my initiation as an acolyte. So, decades. How many real years it's been, it's hard to say. When I return from a journey through the warp, I often discover that much more or much less time has passed in real space.
That's true.
You can't really be expecting me to answer that question, can you?
Sure I can. What'd you do? Alright, you've been to many
Indeed.
worlds.
I have visited many of the places brought to the Emperor's light, and those sullied by the filth of the archenemy. In truth, even after all these years spent visiting the various corners of the Imperium and looking beyond its borders, I still consider the Segmentum Solar to be the greatest of all humanity's bastions. Nothing compares to the majesty of Holy Terra, the might of Mars, the grandeur of the Segment's other worlds.
You look young.
The first step for biomancers such as myself is to take control of the processes of their own body, including aging. I've endured innumerable hazards in my work. If I allowed every trace of them to remain, I would look completely different. Gladly.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm usually the one interested in the pasts of those around me, not the reverse. I come from a night world, Guizorn 3. I belong to a branch of one of the noble houses until my exceptional abilities were discovered. After that, I was sent on a black ship to Holy Terra, where I was trained and I began my service for the glory of the Imperium. I do, but I have no ties to my homeworld now. None except my first name. I left Guizorn 3 when I was still a child. My family disowned me, stripping me of my family name. I was given a new one by those who trained me. Even for a noble, being branded a psyker is a mark of eternal shame. I experienced that firsthand before I was put on the black ship. Like many psykers unaware of their curse, I found out when a strong emotional reaction triggered an involuntary response. My great-aunt had a pet grink. One day, it bit me, and I boiled it from inside out. And when my great-aunt slapped me for what I'd done, I boiled her too. When I arrived on Holy Terra and was tested, I was found to be suitable material for becoming a sanctioned psyker, able to bend his curse to his own will. I can assure you that the adepts of the Astra Telepathica were right in their assessment. Picture a vast prison ship, filled with frightened, angry psykers who can't control their abilities and who have just lost their homes and their families. Some of them were children and adolescents like I was. Some were monstrous creatures who no longer had the right to be called human, or psychopaths who reveled in their impure powers. Once, when one of the miscreants broke free, those in command simply depressurized the bay and got rid of the culprit, along with the prisoners and crew tainted by him. But even after that, I heard the echo of inhuman suffering and terror that filled that part of the ship. It grieves me to recall that episode to this day. No. First, I was accorded the status of a psyker, fit for service in the Imperial Guard, where I then spent several years. It was only afterward that I became an agent of the Golden Throne.
Interesting. So what's funny is Pandora also went on the Black Ship because she would have done that. She's sanctioned psyker, right?
Of course not. The Lord Inquisitor's entourage comprises dozens of people. The best of the best. Experts in various fields and disciplines. Some of them I know personally. Others I've never met. To be honest, I'm not even certain that the people I know are still alive. I used to work with other acolytes of the Lord Inquisitor, but in the Coronis Expanse, I've been working alone.
Yeah, I'm good.
Such as?
I must take my leave. Okay. Isn't that like companion quests? There's Argento there.
Greetings.
Until next time. There's Cassia. What's she doing here?
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our I have enjoyed your company.
Okay. Whatever. Let's continue our merry journey. Cenobium, Starport. Accept. The bunker is where the guy lives. Talk to me, bro. Master Van Calix, it pleases me to see you're in good health. I hope you accomplished what you intended. Uncomfortable long growth. Profit factor 5. Hello. I can't express how grateful I am for your help. Now the insidious heretics' designs have been thwarted. Nothing stands in the way of my plans and yours. With Aurora dead, the spirit of the revolt is waning. Entire squads of rebels are surrendering. We are witnessing the final days of the uprising, and I have already signed the order to allocate 2,000 first-class voidfarers to you. The transfer to your ship should be with you any minute. I would also like to salute the savior of Rykab Minoris, and have already given the order for the celebration to be held in your honor. We will mark your victory with an ancient custom, the Triumph. You will drive through the city streets accompanied by the Guard of Honor. Benefits of a heroine who has vanquished the Imperium's enemies. While your trophies will be displayed to the jubilant crowds. Let me know once you have concluded your business in the system and ready for the Triumph to begin. I have other business in the system. Alright. Commercial transaction, bruh. Mezzle pattern bolt pistol. Stabilizing bracer. Isn't this frag grenade a consumable and it's 13 profit factor? That's insane, bro. This is super good. I have a plasma pistol. I think this would be good for... what's his face? Oh, this one would be good for her. just do this and then add to cargo. Add to cargo. I need to equip Cassio with stuff. What do you got? Armored body glove. I have the better version somewhere. Enemies targeted by the navigators suffer a -5 penalty to the characteristics. Because then you also have this version. And then you also have this version, which is your buff. Thrice Pioneers. Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill are reduced. Oh boy. Every time you do damage, that would be your job. Do you have your armor? Bolter and a bolt pistol is fine for you. I have another bolter here. Gives you parry chance and agility. But then you can also wear medium armor, right? Agility gives you gnarly dodge. Yeah. Dodge is really good. Okay. Your second weapon. You have an auto pistol? I would rather give you probably a sniper rifle. This dodge reduction. This hit chance. Yeah, I like your sniper rifle. Is the thing you need. You have a fire grenade. There's the glowing stone. We have hit chance. Hit chance, please. You can gain immunity to crit. Thank you very much. You're just rocking chainmail. Can't do heavy armor like Abard. But chainmail it is, so here's flak armor actually. This gives you armor against ranged attacks, so it is 35 against ranged attacks, and you have 5 toughness. Yeah, I don't know if I want to use her. Let's see. You're dogmatic. What's the command? You got this. Debuff enemies. This is just do tons of damage. And stun. Oh my goodness. Super good. This is all creatures? Yeah, everybody. Navigator deals damage to an enemy. Immobilize, and we have these buffs. So I probably want, instead of the castigator on her, debuff enemies. I think I'd rather buff friends. This could be really good. And then don't have Medicaid skill, but you'll have to get it. I think it's you that I give it to? I don't remember. You're not a psyker. You're a mutant. With really high perception. Okay.
Knowledge is eternal.
Time to leave. Turn to void ship.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
Not really. Okay. We got like nothing done this episode. There's points of interest. So what am I? This one. Home of the Edge. Why don't I go to this void ship? What do we have here, Lord Captain? It's not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field belt. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrappy than the ship at this point. I'm not sure went to town on it. We're registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization on several compartments. Yes. Do not require assistance. Repeat. Do not require assistance. Copy. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Roar, protect us. Roar? Lord Captain, I'm told our Argus cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there's an unidentified and badly damaged vessel in an asteroid field near the colony that is refusing help, which, not to put a fine point on it, has not been offered to them. Let them identify themselves. Connection is established. Identify yourself. You know, tell him we are done for. Oh, we're boarding. This is Thunderfang. We are a merchant vessel. Do you copy? We're a private merchant vessel. Thunderfang. Damage report. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by guns of a combat ship. Several compartments leaking air. The bridge has almost been completely obliterated. Two of the engines are critically damaged. Someone gave them a thrashing. So solid they barely managed to limp away. Why can't we identify you? Well, they're certainly not. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, merchant vessel Thunderfang does not require aid. What happened? Responds by bursting into cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the other shut up. You manage to make out a little from the noise. We were just flying, minding our business, straight out of the blue and opened fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected. And then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail. Bombed everything. Our folks are left without help. We never got to them. It's too late now. I want to board the ship. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come here to loot. On different business. To help our own. Out of jail. Do not hurt. Please. Please? We already had our chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of plunder, goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen factions in the Chronos Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons and shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. Factorum. I would wait and destroy the vessel, are you? Although moral aspects of the livelihood do cause some awkward questions. The Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps we will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in the situation performing warp jump is impossible. Prepare for commercial exchange. We have a flamer. Melt the charges. Whereas range attacks decrease their target's dodge? Heavy leather armor. Okay. And then we got force grenades. I got striker gloves. It gains 5 bonus to crit for the next range attack. It's the same enemy, does not stack. Gain resolve. Power maul. War World Origin fencing body glove. Wow, okay. Autogun. Chainsword. Mars pattern axe does bleeding. Yeah, that's good. Dodge reduction of awareness attacks. This is a two-hander. Big damage. Boots. Use of the charge ability costs 1 AP less. This is a really good flak vest. Base armor property plus 5 armor with wear has no cover. Gains 1 additional point. So 16. I don't have enough to do that. Reaper Cape would be buffing Henrik's. This is kill an enemy, get resolve. Hit an enemy, get crit chance against that enemy again. Increase the target's dodge. This is actually pretty good. Flamer's pretty good too. That's a lot of damage. Okay, accept. Wait. It didn't cost me nothing? So I can take all this stuff? Oh my goodness. I had no idea. Wow, okay, so we got a reputation and we give them heretic trophies. Hide untreatable. Do I even have any heretic trophies? Xeno artifacts also work. Type. I do. I got a heretic trophy. I got... Do I have Xeno artifacts? I don't think so. Tons of weaponry. Oh, interesting. Fuel's 100. I have some ship components for 200 each. I have no jewelry. So I gotta talk to the other guy too. Range weapons is 100. Okay. Why would I take anything less than all of it? Yeah, just take it all. There's no reason to do anything less. And then reputation would be... There's so much stuff. Armor kit. Oh, armor kits are worth a lot. Trade. Then I'll take your axe. Your grenade. Here we go. We got tons of stuff. I'm looking at these boots. If I do 2,000 more points on them, which are good. I'll get these frag grenades too. Alright, we'll see you next episode. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna buy everything from the other guy.